of, of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth. By controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such a person engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me.
Hare Krishna, can you scroll up, please? Thank you. क्लेशोदिक्तरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गति दुःखं देहवद्भिः अवाप्यते.
For those whose mind are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्तः उपासते तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्.
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Parth, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
मय्येव मना आदस्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवशिष्यसि मयि एव अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always, without a doubt.
अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो माम् इच्छाप्तं धनञ्जय.
My dear Arjun, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principle of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop the desire to attain me.
अभ्यासिपि असमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थम् अपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिम् अवाप्स्यसि.
If you cannot practice the regulation of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
तथैतद् अपि असक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यथात्मवान्.
If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
श्रेयो ज्ञानम् अभ्यासात् ज्ञानं ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्म फल त्यागा शांति अनंतरम.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation. And better than meditation is the renunciation of the fruit of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्र करुणा एव च निर्ममो निरहंकार समदुःख सुख समे संतुष्ट सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढ निश्चय मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धि यो मद्भक्त समे प्रियः.
One who is not envious, but is kind friend to all living entity, who does not think himself as a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant always satisfied, self-control, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and his intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
यस्मानो द्विजते लोको लोकानो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षामयो द्वेगैर् मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः.
He for whom no one is put into difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me.
अनपेक्षः सुचि Mataji, you're going to. Okay. अनपेक्ष सुचि दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारंभा परित्यागी यो मद्भक्त समे प्रियः.
My devotee, who is not dependent on ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without care, free from all pains, and not striving for some results, is very dear to me.
यो न हर्षति न द्वेषति न शोचति न कांक्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान्य समे प्रियः.
One who is neither rejoice or grieves, who neither lament nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is dear to me.
सम शत्रु च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु समसंग विवर्जितः तुल्या निंदा स्तुति मौनि संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेत स्थिरमति भक्तिमान मेय प्रियो नरः.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any resistance, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me.
ये तु धर्मामृतम् इदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेऽतीव मे प्रियः.
Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for allowing us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We're waiting for Prabhuji to join us, and I don't have his number, so I can't even call him. Hopefully,
I
he will.
think he's joined. He just joined, I think.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribo.
I will make you host. I will make you host now, Prabhuji.
I'm on the phone. I don't know how much.
Oh, okay. Would you like me to share the screen then?
Yes.
Or how would you like to do it?
No, first tell me what would you like me to do? Because
So we're reciting Bhagavad Gita, chapter
okay.
12, and today we are on verse 12.
Mm-hmm. So chapter 12, verse 12.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get a Bhagavad Gita then. Ah, Krishna. Okay. Ah, Krishna. uh, chapter 12, verse 12. Okay. So should I just speak on the verse?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Okay, wonderful. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my humble obeisances, Vanchakalpatarupyascha kripa sindubhyacha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. So today Divyanam Prabhu called me and kind of asked me to give this quick Zoom meeting. At the moment we are in Manchester doing Sankirtan every day for last 3 weeks. So I haven't really read the verse or anything. It's quite spontaneous, so please bear with me. So text 12. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Purport by Prabhupada. As mentioned in the previous verses, there are two kinds of devotional service: the way of regulating principles and the way of full attachment in love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For those who are actually not able to follow the principles of Krishna consciousness, it's better to cultivate knowledge, because by knowledge one can be able to understand his real position. Gradually, knowledge will develop to point of meditation. By meditation, one can be able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by a gradual process. There are processes which make one understand that one himself is the Supreme, and that sort of meditation is preferred if one is unable to engage in devotional service. If one is not able to meditate in such a way, then there are prescribed duties as enjoined in the Vedic literature for the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, which we shall find in the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But in all cases, one should give up the result of fruits of labor. This means to employ the result of karma for some good cause. Okay, so we can just quickly kind of touch upon this point. So the verse again: if you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of fruits of action, for by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. So I think I can just somehow speak on how this is related to book distribution or to Sankirtan. So interesting that within this chapter, Krishna really sort of presents a variety of options for Arjuna to kind of engage in devotional activities. One thing we can see when you're on book distribution or when you're dealing with people, we are not the same. We are all different personalities, coming from different cultures, different backgrounds, being brought up in a different way. And one very beautiful thing about Bhagavad Gita is that it presents options. It gives a variety of options and facilitates anyone and everyone. It's not like a one narrow-minded sort of representation. But as Krishna is saying here, if you cannot take to this practice, which is connected to the previous verse, if however you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. So if you're not able to be situated, then better if you cultivate knowledge, better if you become a jnani, better if you study. His literature is dhyana, or meditation. So meditation is a very popular word these days. Everyone is practicing one way or another some kind of a meditation. For us, meditation it's very practical. For us, meditation is something which is really down to earth, something which is really is rather perceiving the reality based on Krishna consciousness. So that's a real type of meditation.
There's about
Meditation could
28 people here.
Hare Krishna. Maybe we can request devotees to mute themselves. Okay. So yeah, meditation is something which for us as devotees means that we try to perceive Krishna in everything and within everyone. So it means a correct contemplation. And this contemplation can be only sort of achieved if one has a right association, right process, and right source of knowledge. So continuing, better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. So within this material world, everyone, one way or another, is seeking peace. Everyone wants to be peaceful, happy, tranquil, relaxed. And you can see it actually on the street more than ever. People are always constantly rushing, constantly seeking for something, constantly, step by step, desiring some kind of happiness. If you think about it, everything we do, on the end of that journey, there's some kind of happiness, some kind of a satisfaction or fulfillment. But actually, in Krishna consciousness, we don't need to make all these arrangements and difficult things, because that satisfaction is already present there. Rather, we don't work for our happiness, we work for Krishna's happiness, right? We go to the store to buy vegetables, fruits, and cook something for Krishna. We go to work so when we receive some donations, we can, change our house to a temple. So for devotee, it's not our happiness, but we desire happiness of either our spiritual teachers or Krishna himself. So then, therefore, we are peaceful, right? Ultimately, we understand that whatever results of my activities will come towards my direction, then it's Krishna's blessing. So, continuing in Prabhupada's purport, in summary, to reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal, there are two processes. One process is by gradual development, and the other process is direct. Devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the direct method, and the other method involves renouncing the fruits of one's activities. Then one can come to the stage of knowledge, then to the stage of meditation, then to the stage of understanding the Supersoul, and then to the stage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One may take either the step-by-step process or direct path. The direct process is not possible for everyone. Therefore, the indirect process is also good. Yes. So not everyone, we can see, is able to actually take to the process of bhakti. Therefore, within Krishna consciousness, as spoken by Krishna directly in the Bhagavad Gita, our duty is rather facilitation, facilitating anyone and everyone in their stage of consciousness. So one very important thing on book distribution and Sankirtan is figuring people out, figuring who they are, where they are from, try to develop connection and understand their position, their views, their understanding of the reality. And based on that, we offer advice, we offer a book, we offer some kind of way of connection. So same thing what Krishna did. Krishna sort of presented all the different variety of options to Arjuna, and then he concluded, well, you are a very dear friend of mine. Why? Because you have
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna offered variety of options. So we also offer options to people on the streets. Okay, continuing. The direct process is not possible for everyone. Therefore, the indirect process is also good. It is, however, to be understood that the indirect process is not recommended for Arjuna, because he is already at the stage of loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. It is for others who are not at this stage. For them, the gradual process of renunciation, knowledge, meditation, and realization of the Supersoul and Brahman should be followed. But as far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, it is direct method that is stressed. Everyone is advised to take to the direct method and surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Yeah, in this day of Kali, is this age of Kali, we don't have much time. We cannot perform long dhyana meditation for thousands of years. So why not to, take up Krishna consciousness more seriously? Yeah. And actually the Krishna consciousness, because it's presented by Lord Chaitanya, also sort of receives the mood and the flavor of Lord Chaitanya. And I was just reading now, I don't know, in some of the WhatsApp groups, that the best way to sort of advance in Krishna consciousness is to relieving Lord Chaitanya of the anxiety of all these fallen conditioned souls which are constantly engaged in fruitive activities. So if you take up a mission of Harinam Sankirtan, distributing books, what you're actually doing is that you directly serving the Acharyas and Lord Chaitanya, and you taking the burden of responsibility to deliver these souls, to kind of bring them closer to the mission, bringing them closer to Krishna. So as Krishna is giving options to Arjuna, we should also give options to these souls, but we should never forget to always implement the process of bhakti. And the best way to do this is just like a guru, just like a spiritual teacher. He can sort of figure out what is the engagement of a disciple, what is the activity that he needs to follow, what is the mood or the situation he needs to be in. Same thing, a book distributor or devotee needs to find out what kind of words to say, how to be encouraging yet not compromising the philosophy. He needs to find out how to satisfy the needs of these people on the streets, and same time, make them to be more serious about Krishna consciousness. So it's really an art. I would say that Sankirtan is really art when actually Bhagavad Gita comes alive. And all your knowledge, all your wisdom, all your application, all your sadhana, all your devotion, all your commitment will be actually seen on book distribution. So yeah, I'm wishing you all the best in this winter marathon. Please take it seriously. It's a very important mission. I know personally that I came because of Bhagavad Gita. I came because of the mercy of the devotees. So we are indebted to Prabhupada and to Vaishnavas for taking austerities to preach to us, to share something with us. So with that burden of love, that burden of responsibility, we should take it up and serve others. So thank you for your time. If there are any points or questions devotees would like to share, please share them now. Radhe Shyam.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for wonderful class. Prabhuji, would you have the book, My Family Business?
I don't think so. No,
What
I
we're
don't.
doing at the moment is we do a bit of recitation, a bit of exploring the verse, and then we read for 10 minutes.
I don't have it on me, Mataji, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. No worries. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any points from the devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You
Haribol.
mentioned direct and indirect bhakti, right? And
Yes.
so sadhana bhakti would come under indirect gradual progression. No, it would be direct, right? Sadhana bhakti.
Yes, sadhana bhakti is direct, yes.
Segment of a bhakti, yeah. So indirect bhakti, indirect way would be just via somebody gets a book, they read it, and then they get interested and they come to the temple.
No, it's okay. Indirect in this connotation means that we're going for a gradual process, like step by step. We perform karma yoga, then we perform jnana yoga. Then some people can maybe really interested and enthused by ashtanga yoga. But bhakti is a direct process. Sadhana bhakti is a direct process. And if someone receives, let's say, Bhakti Shastra, which is Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada, then that's a direct process. Because what he's doing Shravanam. And Shravanam is one of the 9 angas of bhakti. Therefore, because he's hearing the recitation, these books of Prabhupada's ecstasies. So he's listening Prabhupada. So it's Shravanam, he's hearing. So it's a direct process, very much direct. Indirect process would be, I don't know actually. You see, anything connected to, like Sankirtan and Krishna consciousness ultimately will become a direct process. Because for instance, even if people give dakshin, some donation, they're actually giving the result of their fruitive activities to support Krishna, and that's bhakti. Even if they just look at the book because they had darshan of the Lord, these books are no different from Krishna. That's bhakti. Even it's not the another terminology which we can use. It's not conscious bhakti, but rather it's unconscious. And what's the term for it? I can't remember.
Subtle?
Sorry?
Subtle?
No, there's one specific term. Not Braganuga. It's like unconsciously performing devotional service due to the mercy of the other Vaishnavas. Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I understand.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare.
Thank you for the nice class, Prabhuji. What I think is like for the yogis, they are meditating, so sitting in a secluded place, and they are just meditating for themselves to get to liberate themselves. They're not caring about others. That is indirect. For a jnani, he's reading the Bhagavad Gita like a parat and reciting it just to get some money. That also is indirect. It's not direct. But whoever, and then for the yogi, I just said, so whoever is doing something directly pertaining to the books distribution, prasad distribution, or cooking in the temple, cleaning the temple, doing arti, those are direct services, I think.
The term which I wanted to use was Agyata Sukriti. Agyata Sukriti means that unconsciously you receive Sukritinam, or basically great opportunity to perform some spiritual activity. So Agyata Sukriti, that was the term. So because the devotees, we go out of our way to sort of help others, they receive Agyata Sukriti. Like they haven't done anything to receive it. They haven't done any, pious credit, but they just still receive the mercy. So Agyata Sukriti, unconscious devotional progress on devotion, unconscious devotional activity because of the mercy of the devotees. Yeah.
Hare
Great,
Krishna,
that makes much more sense. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I just ask you a quick question? Prabhu, Ahetuki Bhakti is also called the same when you say Ahetuki Bhakti?
Ahetuki.
Yeah. Is that the same, Agyata Sukriti?
I don't want to speculate, Mataji. I'm not really sure if I will use if I know exactly the meaning of the term Ahetuki. Ahetuki apratihata. But I'm not exactly sure about the Sanskrit connotation.
I don't know, let me do
Okay.
all sorts of things, sugar, this, that, and the other.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay. Thank you,
Jack.
Prabhu.
So, dear devotees, how's your Sankirtan endeavors going so far?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
yes, Alpesh. Just put my
Haribo Alpesh Prabhu.
Hare
Hey.
Krishna, yeah, Prabhu.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
It's very, very interesting the way you converted the Harinam and also the book distribution and connected with this class today. And you spoke directly about the direct bhakti at a great detail. Yeah, in terms of the book distribution, I think I went twice now in Wembley, High Road, and it's quite. I mean, I share with you what you just said, that a lot of people don't have time, and lot of people just rushing. They have their thing in mind and they move on. Some stop, some listen to the kirtan. So all these various activity sort of goes on, and you do meet interesting people where you could say, like you exactly said very nicely, that you have to kind of pitch it in a way that by questioning what level of the stage of bhakti they are in, and most of them you do find they haven't even started on the karma side of the stage. So it's very fascinating when you go out. That's my realization, that when you go out and actually do this basically distribution of the books by basically in a salesperson, a sales way, you say you're promoting Krishna consciousness, you're selling Krishna, you're selling the consciousness to other people. But yeah, I found it really good that even they're listening to and listening to the Harinam, the sound of the Krishna, and they get attracted and they stop for a while and then they move on. And then when you show the books different, they look at it and they kind of flick through, and then most of them they say, oh no, 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 and move on. Some get interest and we have conversation, and we give the books to them. But even in this cold weather, I'm so fascinated that devotees who come out, and like yourself, you are in Manchester and doing all that. It's just watching even them, you get realization that, my God, how much uh, bhakti they may have, that direct, that now they passing on to other, because they are happy and they want everybody to be happy. So that's my realization from the book distribution I done on 2 Fridays. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is said that austerity is the wealth of the Brahmanas. So part of our duty is to try to repay the debt that other Vaishnavas did for us, to bring us closer to Krishna. So it's a debt that we can never repay, but we can try.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Antaranga Prabhu. This is Krishnavani.
Haribo Mataji.
Prabhu, as you were saying, now we're not every day, we're not going, but I think been out 4 times. But so usually, we do it in Wembley on every Friday, and then on Saturdays go and distribute books. So yeah, it's good, but still I'm trying. As you said, when you see so many people are, suffering, and we try, we give them Krishna consciousness, or, but it, like Alpesh Prabhu says, sometimes when they see we're singing and happy, that also attracts them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They come to find out that what we're doing, why we're happy, and then the devotees show them the books, and the pious souls, they get attracted and that they take the books. So, but I still find it difficult to stop people, and home door to door, a little bit easy, but like you lot are expert, Prabhu, but to stop somebody at the street, because they're always rushing. So can you please, enlighten us how to do it? Please train us. How do you stop people, and what do you say? So I'm not
Actually, I just wave at them. I have devotional clothes. I just point at books and I just say, if you want to take a book, you can take, or you can say, I say, I'm a monk, I'll give these books out. Or I ask them, what do I ask? Like, I forgot. I don't know. I just use simple. How do you de-stress? Or you can ask, are you friendly? We're giving books to friendly people today.
Okay.
So a few things, but yeah, people rushing, people constantly rush. And sometimes when you present these books, when you show them people, those right ones, they become attracted. And we have these big signs also saying meditation, yoga, spirituality. So some people are attracted to these things, but yeah, not everyone. Basically, Sankirtan it's a service of rejection. You constantly get rejected after rejection after rejection, but that's just a natural process.
It's a
It is said,
wonderful.
when you're selling diamonds, we can't expect that everyone can buy.
True.
They can at least look, they can have darshan, but it's something which builds up also sort of this sort of a tolerance, patience, humility, and just maintaining a service despite the results. Right? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that keep the results up to me. I'm the one who harvests the results. You just perform the activity and be detached. So I would say Sankirtan is one of the services which really can manifest these subtle points of Bhagavad Gita. Because who will do service if he doesn't see any results? Right?
Yes.
The many pujaris, they dress, they see how the deities are dressed, the cooks are cooking, the people tasting, and in any or in majority of services you can see the results, but in Sankirtan you have to leave the results to Krishna. Either he attracts the people or he doesn't attract them. Are you willing to still continue just for the sake of service? So just continue, and it becomes one point a very magical activity where Krishna will just send these souls. Like we had it in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's disappearance day, which was it yesterday or was
Monday, yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday was Tuesday, wasn't it? Oh, yesterday was Monday.
No.
And
Today is
yesterday
Tuesday.
we really felt that a lot of people, wonderful people came, and all of the Sankirtan devotees, is such amazing experience saying that I felt that Bhaktisiddhanta was sending these souls.
Yeah.
And he was very sweet. He was very sweet. All of us being very happy, very satisfied.
Yeah.
So we just there. We just literally just instrument. And Krishna uses us. Krishna sometimes doesn't use us, but is all glorious. So please keep on going nicely. And I'm sure Krishna will reciprocate. A prayer is very important. Meditation is very important. Offering some prayers. Please, Krishna, I'm here for your pleasure. Please utilize me correctly. So I know I'm lacking in my sadhana. I know I'm lacking in my chanting, my taste. My devotional service is not the best. But don't punish these souls and bereft them of the teachings to know you just because I'm not so good practitioner. That's my meditation. Please oversee my insufficiencies, but please still use me as a tool to bless these souls on the streets. So that's my meditation.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Prabhu, and encouraging us. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. I'll take your leave. My voice is leaving me as well. It's too late for me. We've been up doing books on 10 a.m. on the p.m. in the evening. So I'm a bit tired. I will go now. So thank you so much for a kind time, dear devotees. Much appreciated.
Thank
And
you
wish
so
you
much.
all the best for the rest of the marathon.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night,
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.